We are currently capitalizing on probably one of the most significant opportunities I have seen yet. In as long as I've been paying attention to these things in Canada, I have not seen a greater opportunity than this one. Hi, this is Doug Sharp, host of the National Leadership Briefing, and this is the Midweek Touchpoint. Well, it's getting serious out there these days, and we are seeing an awful lot of different things that we can focus on that are very important, that are in front of us every single day. And we have to make decisions about what it is that we prioritize. And what I was going to encourage you to do today is to prioritize being on the next National Leadership Briefing. And then that's on April the 1st. And when I say being on the National Leadership Briefing, I mean registering at the National Leadership Briefing website. That's nlbcanada.ca, and bringing people with you. Now, if you're getting this message now, the likelihood is that you are actually already registered for the National Leadership Briefing, and you join us for 1 hour once a month, just long enough for us to remind ourselves of the things that we prioritize here on the National Leadership Briefing. And of course, those are the 4 pillars that you see behind me. Now, if you're just seeing this message, though, on one of the social media platforms and you're not registered for the National Leadership Briefing, then you are not going to receive all of the resources that we are about to share on the immediate road ahead. Let me give you just a bit of a quick peek at what you're going to see on the April 1st National Leadership Briefing. We are going to be talking a lot about the Senate bills that you've been hearing about in social media. What happens is that something goes viral out there, and there's one piece of either a piece of video or maybe just a quick meme or something. It pops up and it grabs everyone's attention, and my phone starts ringing. So when I start seeing things flying around, like the conversation that's going on about the Trudeau Liberal government's dirty, dastardly plan to ram a bunch of legislation through the Senate, I actually pay a little bit more attention, and find out where it's coming from. And it's something that we have to address. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this Senate ramming bill meme slash video slash hysteria out there, and we're going to put it in perspective for you so that you don't waste any time where it doesn't need to be wasted. Now, there's also some things in there that we do need to pay attention to. So we're going to do a little bit of teaching, a little bit of training on how bills move through the process, what bills we got to pay attention to, which ones we don't necessarily have to prioritize, and we can stay focused on the things that are immediately in front of us where we can have an impact and have influence. Now, some people have actually criticized me because I don't spend any time on the National Leadership Briefing talking about the terrible tragedy that's occurring right now in Ukraine. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't care deeply about what's going on in the Ukraine, but I'm not somebody who is going to monopolize your time and try and compete with all of the other voices out there about what is happening in the Ukraine. I'm not an expert. I definitely do not have the ability to influence that beyond dedicating some of my prayer time and some of my finances to actually contributing to supporting people who are being victimized by what's happening there. But I am not an expert, and it's not my lane. So I'm staying in my own lane, and that is where we can have influence together, you and I. As you and I come together, as we rally around the things that we believe in, and we look for those opportunities where we can capitalize to advance these ideas into either society, culture, politics, or government, that is where you will find me, and that's where I'm going to be spending my time. Which brings me to my final point today about on this midweek touch point, and that is that we have launched War Room Canada. Now, with what's happening in the Ukraine, please don't get confused. I'm not talking about a war room where we identify villains and we go and try to do them physical harm. That is not what we do. The National Leadership Briefing, to explain, we are a teaching and training organization, and we help prepare you by raising your level of understanding on the things that are going on out there in the realm of politics and government, so that you can advance the things there that you believe in. And so we do that. We do a lot of teaching and training, but we needed a place to execute the strategies when we saw opportunities or we identified threats to us. We needed a place to execute the strategies out of independent of the teaching and training time. So we launched War Room Canada. So I'm here in my office here today, and this is where we do the National Leadership Briefing, but we have an undisclosed location where we've set up another studio where we actually send out messages daily on social media, because we are currently capitalizing on probably probably one of the most significant opportunities I have seen yet. In as long as I've been paying attention to these things in Canada, I have not seen a greater opportunity than this one. And that is to help identify who it is that is going to become the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, a person who could become the next prime minister of our nation. So it's got my full attention, and we are broadcasting daily to social media platforms. Now, if you're not on any one of our platforms, I encourage you to get there, because right now we are deploying a strategy called Operation Red Flag, which is actually producing a wave of interest out there of onboarding people of faith into the process, into the conversation that's taking place about who's going to lead. And that individual that is going to be seated in that high office as leader of that party, and quite possibly could become the prime minister, is going to need to embrace these four things. And we're executing a strategy that's going to make that happen. But if you're not a part of it, then your influence is not being used. So we need you to get on that platform, get onto our social media platforms, and start advancing the cause with us. Remember, it's all of us speaking together at the same time in a unified way, using our combined voice, that gives us the greatest amount of influence and maximum influence in any one of these conversations. So all of us coming together on whatever platform we need to be on is very important at this time. So I'm going to put in the comments below this video, I'm going to put in there the links where you can get on the social media platform pages that we're using right now. We're going to be on all of them eventually, but for now we've got just a few that we've started with. We're going to get you on that, and then you can start liking, sharing, and ringing the bell, and being notified when there's new videos daily. And you can help us and participate all together with us so that we can have the maximum influence. This key place in our nation, the highest political office in our land, must be held by someone who embraces our views and values. It's absolutely critical, especially in the times that we live in today, where you are about to see a need in our nation for great leadership. Not just someone who says the things that you want to hear or tickles your ear. We need somebody in that office that is going to make decisions that's going to prosper our neighbor and our nation. And we have a plan to make sure that that person is identified and placed in that office. So please do not hesitate. Do not think that I'm overstating this. It's a critically important time in our nation, and we have a plan that's going to help us achieve the objectives that I've just identified here. So until we get together again, God bless you. God bless your family. May God continue to bless this great nation of Canada. But please do not miss the opportunity to be on the April 1st National Leadership Briefing. So make sure you register at nlbcanada.ca. And also get onto those social media pages and the information I'm giving you below, so that you can track with us as well on identifying that next leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. That's all for now. Until next time, again, God bless you, God bless your family, and may God continue to bless this great nation of Canada. Bye for now.